Uh, Rob, just you've been through a lot this season, the trade and everything. Just what were your takeaways on joining this team? I know obviously not the ultimate goal, but just your thoughts on joining this team and how the season kind of played out from there.
Joining here, I had the most fun I've had all season. You know, it got back to the joy of just having fun. The team made it that way. The guys made it that way. Um, like I said, it was a smooth transition. Like it's rare that you come from a team that has basically the same offense and defensive schemes as the team that you just left. It's rare that you can easily adapt in that manner. So the transition here was easy for me. Like I said, it's just getting comfortable, in the rotations and on the spots, within the system, and getting the feel for everything. Like I said, it's a new coach, but like I said, I watched T. for years. Great one of the great coaches in this league. His schemes and everything. It was fun to be a part of.
Obviously, there's some decisions to be made this summer, but are you? Is this a place you want to be, long term?
Of course. I've had, like I said, it's been a great transition, and of course, I would like to return. Like I said, we'll just see how the ties roll.
You guys went through a lot of adversity and put a fight till the end. What did you learn about this group?
About this team, that no matter what, they'll guys step up, make big plays, and it's the next man up mentality. And guys proved that. Unfortunately, we came up short tonight, but we had guys that made big plays tonight. We had people that did a lot that impacted the game, and like I said, it's just having that mentality of next man up. And guys did a phenomenal job of that tonight. Like I said, we just came up short at the end.
Rob, when halftime comes and you guys are down, Todd gives you the assignment. Like, what was that conversation like, knowing that you was going to have to at first go against that big lineup?
It wasn't really much conversation. He told me, "Cub, you're starting. I already talked to you. You know what to do." That's pretty much what it was. And like I said, I knew how to guard V and pretty much everybody out there. So we just went to a smaller lineup, and that disrupted him. He lasted a minute in the game in that third quarter. So that's just the defensive scheme that Tyler trusted in me. And like I said, I set the tone. And guys just picked up the energy, and we kind of made our presence felt in that third quarter. So we just did what we were supposed to. We came out and the 20-point swing.
I guess, what'd you enjoy about Ty Lue in your time here?
Man, he's a great coach, but overall he's a great person. The way he comes in, he's himself every single day, and he has this energy about him that he jokes around, he plays around with the guys, and like I said, it's just his energy is infectious. Like I said, he knows that type of team that we have. Like you know how to pick guys up, and how to keep them motivated, and that's what you want in a coach like that. So for me to be a part of this organization in short time I have, like I said, I've learned a lot. I've had a lot of fun here. And like I said, it's been the most fun I've had all season.
Do you find yourself thinking at all about like how you would fit with a team with Kawhi and PG on it?
Of course.
Yeah. How would that look?
The way that we played tonight, when we went small, imagine PG and Kawhi in that lineup. That's a lot of versatility. That's a lot of toughness. That's a lot of guys that sit down and guard. But can also make plays on the other end. And we have other guys that can do the same thing, that can fill in that void. So once them guys come back next year, and if I'm here, I'm really looking forward to that.
This deep into your career, as you kind of weigh where you might land next season, like what are your priorities? What do you want at this point in your career when you've played a long time in this league and you've made an impression across the league of people you're known quantity? Like, but what is your priority as to win?
Everybody wants to, at the end of the day, they want to go and have a ring on their finger. The main thing what we do is, in this whole time that we play, is to win a championship. And that's my ultimate goal. Like I'm about to walk into my 10th year. You know, nobody thought that I would make it to 10 years. They said I would make it too, but you know, I'm getting ready to prepare for my 10th year. So you know, I've had a great career thus far. I've made a name for myself, and you know, like I said, I want to put myself in the best position to win the championship, and that's my mentality. Is because that's really the only thing for me that sets aside is I take that, you know, that completes pretty much exactly what I've tried to do. And everybody steps in this league to win the championship, and that's what everyone's ultimate goal. That's why we put on the jersey. That's why we step on the court, play 48 minutes each and every night.
Rocco, at times tonight you shared the floor with CJ, Larry Nance, Tony Snell, obviously you and Norm. Does that kind of take you a little bit back to the time in Portland and think about those days?
I didn't think about it during that moment. Me and Larry did have some small talks, you know, during the game, but I kind of didn't pay attention to it at that moment. You know, I was more locked in on my assignments and stuff, and you know, just doing my job. And like I said, me and Larry, like even though we're the biggest competitors, still my dog, still my brother. Like I said, me and him in Portland together, like we had numerous conversations, and you know, he even said that once we step on this court, you know, it's a battle. But you know, off the court, you know, he knows that's the type of relationship we have. And like I said, he was a major impact tonight, and he kind of you know disrupted what we was doing once he got back in the game, and his presence on the offensive side, creating all the opportunities. He really, you know, he really got them back into the game and really propelled them to the win.
Marcus, obviously not the way you guys wanted the season to end, but just what can you say about the locker room and the season that you guys have had? Seems like a roller coaster of a year.
I mean, it was a good season. You know, obviously, we wanted to make the playoffs, and I felt as though from the season we had and all the ups and downs that we deserved to. But hey, man, you give them credit; they played well. They stayed resilient when they was down, and you know they got the win.
You guys have a pretty deep roster and some offseason decisions to make. Like, how do you kind of see next year going? Is this team you think like has enough to win a title when healthy?
Sure. Yeah.
Marcus, Ty's been praising you all season with being a very instrumental veteran voice during, you know, moments of adversity. What's been your message during those times, including when you guys found out the news that, you know, PG wouldn't be with you guys tonight?
Man, first of all, you know, that was very tough, you know, going out without our best player. But man, I just told him, you know, everybody in here 1 to 15, you know, we all NBA players, and we played a lot of the season without P. So, you know, just tell guys, you know, it's an opportunity to step up, make a name for themselves. And, you know, I thought we played really well. So guys came and gave us a lot of energy, and, you know, we just fell short.
Marcus, obviously there's the young guys on this team got a lot of run, and maybe a lot more run than they would have if you guys, you know, had all your pieces. How much can that help going forward, and anything specific you saw out of those guys that impressed you?
You know, first I was just, you know, I was happy for them all down the line. Isaiah, Amir, you know, beat Boston. Zubac's fairly young, even though he's been in the league for a while, and T-Man. You know, down the line, man, I seen the growth in all of them, and I was, you know, very happy for him. You know, one thing that's probably like sitting with me is just, you know, we go from thinking we're gonna make the playoffs to starting our summer. So, you know, I think for them, I think it's gonna be like an eye opening, because they, you know, they never been a part of the playoffs yet for our rookies, and you know, just the fight we put up this year, like I said earlier, you know, I thought we deserved to make it, even though we didn't. But hey, man, it is what it is.
Obviously, I mean, you guys finished 6 games ahead of New Orleans in the final standings. Like, is there part of you that wishes that there was like some kind of mechanism that?
I mean, I'm not a fan of the play-in, but I'm not going to sit here and say we should have won one of those games and we would have been in the playoffs. So that's all I really can say.
Marcus, obviously this isn't how you guys wanted things to end, but is there still a sense of just feeling proud of the fight that you guys showed all season and also tonight, like leaving everything on the court?
It's a tough question. Honestly, it's just tough. It's tough to answer that right now because, we fought so hard the entire year. It was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of comebacks. Then getting our guys back towards the end, it was just, it felt like it was trending in the right direction for us. And, to go down like this, it's tough. It's just tough.
Would you think about what this team could add to make itself kind of a bulletproof title contender next year? How do you view not holes, but just the areas where you guys need to get better based on what you have this year? Knowing the roster will change somewhat, but when you add Kawhi, you add PG, what else do you think you need?
Again, that's another tough question. I would say one of our biggest needs is a backup point guard. I think we played a lot of the season without one, and T-Man did a great job stepping in and starting and being a backup PG, but in the whole season we didn't have a backup point guard. So I think that's probably the biggest thing.
All season, Ty had talked about you, Reggie, and Nico being the three vets who sort of dragged the rest of the roster forward. He'd also said this year is kind of a quiet group at times. Did you feel like you had to get out of your comfort zone at all to sort of fill that role?
No, not really. I'm naturally a leader, even with Kawhi, PG, and the guys that being here. It's natural for me. I missed a early part of the season. I missed a lot of games too. So, it just maybe that was the quiet time. But once I started playing, started leading and kind of bringing the guys together, and I thought we had a really good group. Locker room presence was really well, and guys enjoyed playing with each other. So, yeah.